Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about a topic that's incredibly important but often overlooked: the impact of chronic alertness on the brain and body of caregivers, especially moms. So, whether you're a parent looking after your young children or someone providing care for a loved one with health challenges, the constant state of being on can take an actual serious toll on your health and well being. So, we'll explore how this prolonged state of alertness affects your brain, your body, and your sleep hygiene, and why understanding these effects is vital for maintaining your health. So, first, let's define what we mean by chronic alertness. So, for caregivers and moms, this often means being in a state of constant readiness and vigilance. From the moment your child wakes up until they go to sleep, you're monitoring, you're responding, you're anticipating, you're always adjusting. And this goes beyond everyday alertness. It's a continuous, heightened state of awareness that doesn't allow your mind or body to fully relax. It's sometimes called hypervigilance and can be thought of as your nervous system being stuck in a high alert mode. So, chronic alertness affects your body's stress response system, and this is a useful mechanism designed to help us deal with those immediate threats, what we commonly know as that fight or flight response. When you perceive a danger, whether it's real or perceived, your brain actually signals a release of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones prepare your body to react quickly by increasing your heart rate, raising your blood pressure, and then sharpening your senses as well. However, for caregivers who repeatedly experience this stress response without that chance of full recovery, the consequences can actually be profound. Your brain and your body are constantly flooded with stress hormones, which over time can wear down your system. The chronic stress impacts nearly every aspect of your health, and one significant area affected is your brain function. Prolonged exposure to stress hormones like cortisol can impair the function of the hippocampus. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The part of the brain responsible for memory and learning. So this means that caregivers experiencing chronic alertness may notice difficulties with memory or concentration and even decision making. But over time, the brain's ability to regulate emotions can also be compromised, making it harder to manage anxiety and depression, which are unfortunately common among caregivers. So another important area affected by chronic alertness is your immune system. Stress hormones suppress immune function, meaning that caregivers under constant stress are more susceptible to infections and illnesses. And this can lead to a vicious cycle where stress leads to sickness, which then adds to the caregiver's burden and their stress levels. So let's talk a little bit about how chronic alertness impacts your sleep hygiene. So sleep hygiene refers to the habits and practices that promote a good, restful sleep. For caregivers, disrupted sleep is almost inevitable. Frequent awakenings, nighttime caregiving duties, and even stress-driven insomnia that can make it difficult to achieve that restorative sleep that your body needs. So when your nervous system is in a state of alert, even at nighttime, it can be hard to fall asleep or even stay asleep. Then your brain keeps producing stress hormones, which keeps you alert and prevent that deep stages of sleep during which your body repairs itself. So poor sleep then further exacerbates the effects of chronic alertness. Lack of deep sleep impairs cognitive function, your mood regulation, and your immune responses. It also increases that risk of chronic health conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. And for caregivers, this spiral of stress and poor sleep can seriously diminish quality of life, making it harder to provide care and enjoy meaningful moments with their loved ones. So what can caregivers and moms do to mitigate these effects? Well, it's essential first to recognize that chronic alertness is a real health risk and not just a normal part of caregiving to push through. Self-awareness is super key. Notice the signs of chronic stress and deep deprivation in yourself, such as irritability, maybe memory problems, persistent fatigue, or even feelings of overwhelm. Developing stress management techniques is crucial. This includes mindfulness practices such as deep breathing. I like to show some of that. Meditation is a great one, or gentle yoga, which helps activate that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest mode that counteracts with stress. So even short, regular breaks during caregiving duties to focus on your breath can make a difference. Maintaining good sleep hygiene is also important. So this means creating a bedtime routine that signals your brain it's time to wind down. And that can be hard at first. But things like reducing your screen time before bed, keeping your sleeping environment cool and dark, and going to bed and waking up at consistent times is a huge factor in helping yourself get better sleep at night. If possible, share caregiving responsibilities to allow for uninterrupted sleep blocks, and ask for help from family or friends, or consider respite care options if you're in need of that as well. Physical activity, even light exercise like light walking, can help reduce those stress hormones and improve sleep quality as well. And don't underestimate the power of social support. Please don't. Connecting with other caregivers, joining a support groups, they can provide that emotional relief and practical advice. In some cases, chronic stress and poor sleep can require professional help as well. So people like therapists and counselors can teach valuable coping skills, and healthcare providers can recommend some treatments, such as cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. If you're experiencing persistent anxiety or depression, it's important to seek help, please. In summary, chronic alertness among caregivers and moms is real and serious condition, and with long-term effects on your brain function, your immune health, and your sleep quality. While caregiving is a role associated with love and dedication, it shouldn't become at the expense of your own well-being. So by understanding how constant vigilance impacts your health and taking intentional steps to manage stress, improve sleep, you can actually protect your brain and your body, sustainable to take care of those you love. So thank you for listening. Remember, taking care of yourself is an important part of caring for others. Like and subscribe. And I'm going to be discussing more about sleep and the habit stacking of sleep hygiene in my next one. Thanks for watching.